So would love to, for people who are watching, Tao Hands is a spiritual transmission you can receive and activate to offer healing blessings to all aspects of life. And so it's the next level transmission you can receive. And how has Tao Hands impacted your business?
It's everything. I start every meeting with a Tao Hands blessing. I start all my classes and trainings with the Tao Hands blessing, and I finish with the Tao Hands blessing. It's a transmission. Again, I'm going to speak to like people from my background. So a lot of people are familiar with Reiki. I was a Reiki master teacher for 5 years. I attuned almost, I think, over 300 souls to this beautiful transmission. And Reiki really was a stepping stone and a teaching tool around learning about energy and chakras and, the energetic bodies. And there's just so much wisdom in there. There is a huge distinction, though, when I got Tao Hands. And see, with Reiki means universal life force energy. That's what it translates to, which is something we all have. We all have life force energy running through us. Everything is made of this energy, the earth, everything around us. So with Reiki, it really is an attunement is like a spiritual blessing. It's like an acknowledgement of something that exists inside of you. And then through the power and blessings of the teacher, with their ancestral line and with their lineage, whoever attuned them, you are then being blessed and attuned to this frequency through the wisdom of symbols and blessings. So what happens in that space is that you are and you have something already, and you're just being reflected this acknowledgement of it, and then it's attuned. Whereas Tao Hands is so distinct in that it is a spiritual transmission of light, frequency, information, and energy that gets to come into your field, into your quantum field, and completely harmonize everything. And then you learn how to use it, how to turn it on, how to turn it off, how to honor it, how to bless it. It's like its own consciousness, like its own being that works with you and through you to serve. And that's a difference. And you can feel the difference when you turn it on. So when I turn on my Tao Hands, in comparison to just using Reiki on my food or on a tree or something, there's a huge difference in frequency. And you can feel it. It's visceral. It's in the body. It's incredibly powerful and incredibly humbling. With Reiki energy, I feel like we use a lot of our own energy to offer healing to others, which is can be very draining and exhausting for a lot of Reiki practitioners. I hear that they're very tired a lot. And I had that experience as well. Whereas with Tao Hands, it completely replenishes you. You actually have more energy after you use it. You don't feel depleted or, lack of energy. You're actually being like completely rejuvenated as you serve others. And you really feel the difference between, how can I say this, like being used by something and using something. So you use Reiki, but with Tao Hands is using you. And what's wonderful about that is you can completely get out of the way. Like you're not doing anything and you feel that experience. It's like, wow, it's so, so incredible. So yeah, to anyone, and I'm going to share this in my group because there's a lot of Reiki practitioners in my group. That's just a complete distinct frequency and energy and experience. And it's super powerful. And I'm so grateful. I still use the Reiki symbols from time to time. I feel like the Reiki symbols are their own consciousness as well. They have their own soul, heart, energy, mind, and matter. And sometimes they'll come to me and I take that as a sign that they want to be used. So I use them on my plants or to protect my home or, various different things. But Tao Hands is a permanent transmission that stays with you for all lifetime. So it's a very different experience. I wish for more people to experience it so they can see the difference. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing that distinction between Reiki and Tao Hands. We see Judy here sharing. Thank you, Vanessa, for your description. And many people, you know, who experience these modalities have asked, you know, what's the difference and how does it work? And, you know, they really want to know. So this is really valuable information, especially coming from yourself, someone who's a Reiki master and has been for many years and is, you know, deep into the Tao wisdom and teachings and blessings and practice. So this is very valuable information for everyone and to share as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And everything you share completely also, you know, mirrored my experience as a Reiki practitioner. Vanessa attuned me, if you can believe that. And it was, you know, remember the day using Tao Hands. And you know, I mean, I share this a lot with people, but with clients, when I started using Tao Hands, they just wouldn't come back. They wouldn't come back because I call them and they like check in, you know, a month later. Oh, they haven't really called for a session. And they're like, oh, that thing, that issue, that life problem, like that was long gone. Like, what are you talking about? And I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
So it was so powerful.
It's really powerful. I remember a friend of mine, I was on like the streetcar in Toronto and I saw a Facebook post and someone was dealing with a really severe skin reaction to something. And she was asking for healing because she's a healer and she has all these healers. And yeah, I got off the streetcar. I went to the coffee shop. I called her. I was like, I'm going to send you a Tao Hands blessing. Like, are you open to receiving this? And she said, absolutely. And she said her experience, like her skin was on fire. And she said that her experience was as soon as I started the transmission, it felt like someone was putting ice all over her body. She just felt this huge cooling field in her field. And literally the moment I completed the blessing, it just, the pain subsided from like a 9 to 3. And she said, you know, like, this is completely distinct, you know, like it's completely distinct from Reiki, and she's a Reiki practitioner. So that's just one example. There's many I could tell you. There's just been miracle after miracle with Tao Hands, but yeah, I'll leave it at that for now. It's a very powerful transmission. Beautiful way to serve people, our friends, our community.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.